This story is dedicated to my beloved brother. It's a story of his resilience and of the human spirit that millions are still fighting to keep alive today. I remember the night we crossed the frozen river into China. We hadn't eaten or slept for days, and the snow reached above our knees. Every step felt like it could be our last. Among us was an older woman escaping with her daughter. She fell again and again, crying that she couldn't go any further and that she wanted to be left behind to die. But my brother refused. He dragged her through the snow until we reached safety. Later, in China, we began another long journey toward Laos. We had to walk through mountains for hours. Among us was an 11-year-old girl who couldn't keep up. My brother carried her on his back almost the entire way. That's just who he is, the kind of man who would rather risk his own life than abandon someone else's. Growing up, he was like my parents, my friend, my lifeline, even when his own life was full of pain. When he was only 12, he developed a severe stomach ulcer. In North Korea, when someone has indigestion, we take a spoonful of baking soda as a medicine. That's what my brother did. Except for him, it wasn't just a simple stomach ache. He had to eat baking soda to survive the unbearable pain caused by his ulcer. But in hindsight, baking soda was actually dangerous for his condition. There was no hospital to treat him, no real medicine, and barely any food. Over time, he needed more soda, more often, up to 6 times a day. The pain came like an alarm, even in the middle of the night. He carried the baking soda everywhere, like people carry their phones these days. But it only gave him temporary relief. When the pain hit, he would roll on the floor, clutching his stomach, sweating and groaning until he could swallow a spoonful. Sometimes it helped, sometimes it didn't. But there was no other choice. Even when he had nothing to eat, he still needed a soda. He went through about 2 packs a week, each costing less than 20 cents, or 151 North Korean money. He ate about a pound or more each week. When we couldn't afford it, he suffered for hours, sometimes eating toothpaste in the desperation to stop the pain. At the age of 15, he was barely 4.5 feet tall and weighed only 70 pounds. He was pale, weak, and losing teeth from malnourishment. Then a miracle happened. A family member who had escaped from North Korea over 10 years earlier contacted us secretly through a relative. Because my brother was excused from school for being sick, he could travel quietly to meet them. He came back with a little money, a bicycle, and a pink jacket for me. From then on, we could eat better. Slowly, he grew taller, stronger, and healthier, though his stomach never fully healed. When he finally went to school, he realized that he was way behind. He didn't know how to read or write. So every night under a dim oil lantern, he practiced by himself until he mastered it. He graduated from school at 16, since our family background disqualified him from joining the military. He was forced to work on a farm. That was a blessing. With his health, the military would have killed him. Still, farm work was brutal. He labored from sunrise to sunset, and sometimes through the night, guarding fields from thieves. The cold and exhaustion made his ulcer worse. He began bleeding from his stomach, but hospitals in North Korea have no real medicine. But at least it provided people to rest. Not even a week of staying at a hospital, a local officer ordered the doctor to release him to work that my brother is on a watch list for potential escapee. It felt like there was no end to his suffering. But when he turned 20, with the help of our family member that God had used to rescue us, we made it out. And when we finally reached freedom, something incredible happened. Just by eating good food, his pain began to fade away. Now he no longer needs baking soda to survive. He keeps a little at home, but only to clean his work boots. When I think of those days and how much he endured to survive, I can assure that there is an end to all misery. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back with more stories soon.